I was invited to become part of the tannoy team at Wembley for the National League promotion playoff final between Tranmere Rovers and Boreham Wood. I am the network manager at Supporters Direct for the national game and other sports, which means I deal with all of our trusts and sport-run clubs in non-league and rugby league, rugby union, ice hockey, basketball, etc. I get to work with some fantastic people who support some amazing causes. For that role, I support our trusts, I help them with constitutional issues, help them with funding advice, guidance, training, you name it, we get involved in it. We work with some amazing football fans and fans of sports up and down the country that give their time to build better connections between themselves, the fan base, and their clubs. So I'm a volunteer at Southport Football Club. I have a number of roles. I'm the volunteer coordinator, which means I help coordinate all the other volunteers. I'm a co-coordinator with a wonderful lady called Christine. Between the two of us, we review policy, we ensure that the volunteers are all safe, are all happy, they know their roles, and we make sure that their involvement in match day experience is a good one. I'm the tannoy announcer here at Southport FC and part of the media team. I'm involved in the pre-match, half-time and post-match wrap-up on the tannoy, as well as all the in-game announcements. I'm also the away game videographer, so I film all of our away games so that the club can analyse the players' performances and our fantastic media team can clip our highlights. So I arrived at Wembley nice and early on the Saturday morning, and we met with the sports production team who did a run through of the day. We had full scripts detailing all of the links that we'd be asked to do, and we'd be advised that we'd be on the big screens at Wembley. So for that we had to work with a camera crew who counted us in, and we had to throw to various pre-recorded VTs showing managers' interviews, how both teams got to Wembley. And we did a few live links on the day. The team were great. It was definitely a different experience to what I have here at Southport, where I write the majority of the scripting myself. It's a strange experience hearing your voice over the tannoy at somewhere like Wembley compared to here at Southport. Southport, we're a relatively small ground. When you speak on the tannoy, you can hear yourself instantly back. At Wembley, there's almost kind of a second or so delay, so by the time you've said the first word, you don't hear it in the tannoy until you're saying the second word, which can be a little bit discombobulating at first, but it was interesting. I got used to it quite quickly. The great thing about the day was we were able to do a full sound check and run through the first link, which made me feel completely at ease, and I got into the swing of it quite quickly. I've learned absolutely loads from the day. It was just a mind-blowing experience to have everything presented to you in a script that was timed, to have a floor manager there who counted me into my links, to work with such professional people in such a professional environment. It's made me appreciate the work that goes into presenting those sorts of events behind the scenes. There's so much more to it than you realise when you're going as just an average fan attending the match. Yeah, it was an absolutely amazing experience. Unlike anything else that I've ever done, I've been the tannoy announcer here at Southport FC as a volunteer for a number of years now. I've been involved as a volunteer for nearly 10 years. When I was little, my dream was just to be able to stand on the pitch here at Southport, and to get to do that every week in itself is a dream come true. But then to be invited to the home of English football, Wembley Stadium, and take charge of the tannoy for a promotion playoff final was just an incredible experience. I'd like to say a massive thank you first to Caroline Barker, who put me up for this, to the National League in particular, Michael Tattersall, the CEO, who endorsed my involvement in the promotion final. I'd like to say thank you to everyone at Southport FC to give me the chance to run the tannoy here week in, week out. I also want to thank my co-host on the day, which was James Green. He was brilliant, so professional, and made me feel so welcome and at ease, considering it was something that was completely new to me, I'd never done before. And everyone at the sports production company who supported me, who involved me and made me feel like one of the team.